I was ready to go. I felt confident. I felt physically, I felt super strong. I felt ready, and then the crash happened. I called my mom. She was crying. Me then as well. Like, for sure, an injury is shit. But in the end, I was okay. I'm totally ready. I don't have anything bad in mind when I think about Bormio. Yeah, I want my revenge.
The Golden Boy is back!
Our guest today is one of the most versatile ski racers Austria has ever produced. A world champion, a slalom globe winner, Mr. Allrounder and the golden boy of Austrian ski. Today, we welcome Marco Schwarz. Marco, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're known for being a quiet person, so today let's try to get you to know you a little better, especially for those fans outside of Austria. Where did your skiing roots begin, and what are your earliest memories on skis back home in Carinthia?
Yeah, first I started when I was 3 years old. I started in the backyard at home with my father. And then I joined the ski school. I learned skiing there, and I always had lots of fun. My whole family loves skiing. They were not professionals, but they were passionate skiers, and they taught me since young on, and I really, really enjoyed it from the beginning on.
And of course, we'll talk about this more as we get into the detail. It's the national sport in Austria, bigger than soccer, bigger than basketball. It is the one. Who were the TV stars that you were watching on the TV as you were growing up and going through ski school?
Yeah, we are in the lucky position that skiing is probably number one sport in Austria. Yeah, my childhood heroes, I always loved the Austrians, for sure. Hermann, Maier, Benny Reich. But I always was a huge Bode fan.
Aha. So there's the American connection that we're looking for. You've been called Mr. Allrounder and the Golden Boy. Do you recognize yourself in those nicknames that commentators like me, the Austrian press, have given you after those great results?
Yeah, I think Mr. Allrounder sounds really good because I really love all the disciplines, and yeah, I really get used to it.
And of course, Mr. Allrounder is your hero as well. Bode Miller. Does Bode Miller have some claim to your fame as an all-rounder because you wanted to ski like the American great of years gone by?
Yeah, I really loved his style. I really loved his starting rituals.
Yeah,
I was a huge fan of that, and yeah, his calmness, I always admired a lot, and yeah, I'm still a huge fan of him.
Yeah, me too. I've done some interviews with Bode over the years. Bode, if you're tuning in, we miss you. Come back anytime. We're here, ready and waiting. But what a fantastic personality. But most importantly, a wonderful skier. The way he judged the line different to others used to have me aghast. I think, Marco, it's fair to say that we knew you were coming big and strong when you won the triple gold at the Youth Olympic Games back in 2012. Did you already then have a sense of what kind of career might be ahead of you on the bigger stage?
To be honest, not. For sure, that was my first international race. Like, that was, let's say, the beginning of all that. I was young. I had lots of fun. I really enjoyed this atmosphere there. And yeah, then everything went very quickly, and I was, yeah, I don't know, 3 years later, I was already in the World Cup. So, yeah, didn't knew it at that time, but yeah, really appreciated the journey.
Yeah, and that journey is a fast journey because it wasn't long before you won the slalom gold. 2021, what an amazing season. I remember commentating and falling in love with your style. I didn't realize then that it was based on a Bode style. But 6 podiums in 7 races. What was it that made everything click that season? Because everything seemed to be just so in control.
Yeah, like the previous season, it was a tough one with the COVID. COVID started, so we had to finish the season a little bit earlier, and I had lots of time for dryland training. I remembered I started right away in my home gym to get ready for the next season, and yeah, we have been able to start in May for skiing again. That was really cool, and yeah, we had a really good preparation for this season. I enjoyed it a lot. My body felt really good. I was in good shape, and yeah, like the beginning was super easy with the third place in Alta Badia. I remember that, and since then it was, yeah, I was really free in mind. I got into this famous float state, and I really enjoyed this season.
Yeah, it was marvellous. I mean, I remember your win in Adelboden. That was something special. What's it feel like to beat the Swiss in their own backyard? 35,000 supporters, and you took that race so skillfully. What are your memories on that one?
Yeah, really nice memories from that race. I remember it wasn't that crowded because it was still the COVID season.
That's right. Yes, you're right.
But like winning Adelboden, that's super special. I remember when I got second or third, I don't know exactly, but Daniel Juhl won that race, and that was the atmosphere there. It was one of the best prize givings I've ever been, and I really keep that in mind.
And then your win in Schladming. How special is it for an Austrian when you win on your home snow? It's a bit like being Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones. You are a superhero if you can deliver for the home crowd, for the home fans. A lot of them watching on TV, I know. But that must be one of the highlights of your career. Big win in one of the biggest Austrian races.
Yeah, I think winning Schladming was one of my best races so far. Winning the night race, winning the classic was very special for me. It was a little bit sad that there was no party afterwards, but yeah, that's like for us Austrians, or for us skiers or slalom skiers in general, winning the night race, I think that's one of the most special races all over the year. I remember, I think it was 1 or 2 years before, I was leading in Schladming, and hearing all the crowd up there. I remember I was super nervous that day, and I struggled in the second run on the, I don't know, third or fourth gate. That was really sad, and then 1 or 2 years later to win that race, that was super special for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When did you start to feel that slalom and giant slalom, which is where so many racers start their career, when did your confidence start to grow, and when did you feel ready to start to ski Super G, to start to race downhill? When does a ski racer know it's time to find versatility?
Yeah, I always loved to ski the speed disciplines when I was younger, like in starting in FIS. And then I got really confident in slalom. I had solid GS races, and then my big love, the Alpine combined. I started with these races, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I would say I was really good also in the speed disciplines with not that much training. And then, yeah, winning Wengen, the Alpine combine Wengen, that was really great. We switched, like we started with the slalom.
Yeah,
I
remember.
I was in the lead in slalom.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, and then being up there at Lauberhorn was really crazy. This track, I remember the first time I got to the inspection and I came to Hundschopf, and I thought, these downhill guys, they are crazy. But then I did my first training run there. I was surprised that it was not that scary. It looked scary on the inspection, but yeah, skiing down Wengen, that classic downhill, is super fun.
Yeah, and I was amazed in my commentary. I mean, I thought, okay, here's Marco Schwarz, beautiful slalom skier, great giant slalom skier, but this is the Lauberhorn. It's the longest. It's one of the fastest. It goes on and on and on, and just when you think you're finished, there's this really scary Zieless at the end. But you seem so at ease, we say in English. It seemed to just flow. So you looked like a downhill racer when you won that race.
Yeah, I felt really confident that day. I remember the first training. The training we started from the very top, and the race was a little bit before Hundschopf.
Yeah.
And I remember the training run. It was, I don't know, probably 10 seconds behind, and I was not on the edges at some turns, so it was okay from the tiredness then in the end. And then when I was in race mode, that was really hard then.
Yeah, you can see it. What was it like with the coaches then? Did you take the decision? Did they take the decision? Okay, Marco, you're actually a little bit quicker in the downhill than maybe we thought you would be. Or was it? Did you see there was a chance to win a world championship in Alpine combined? Did you push this part of your ski racing, or did it come from the coaching staff?
I would say both. Like, I love speed disciplines, and the coaches, they saw that I can ski fast in that as well. And we had a good conversation, like a good preparation also then for Cortina.
Yes.
For the World Championships. And like winning a world champion title, that is
fantastic.
That's fantastic, and one of the best things in our sport.
Yes.
And
But this all-rounder story continues, because you also took a bronze medal at the World Championships in Cortina, if I'm right, in the giant slalom. And therefore, what you're starting to show people like young Marco Odermatt is that giant slalom technique, giant slalom skills is good for slalom, but it's also pretty helpful for downhill as well. Would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. And also, I always loved training Super G. That helps me for GS as well. Like, when you get used to the speed and everything, then it's not that fast in your mind when you're doing GS. And that's really good. Like, when you have faster GS races and you are used to the speed, that helps you a lot.
So we've asked a friend of yours to send in some questions.
Good.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Servus Blackie, we have some questions for you. My question is, what's your favorite exercise in summer? And don't say squats.
Servus Blackie, my question is, why do you still not admit that you touched the ball 3 times as cycling?
Servus Blackie, my question is, do you have a pet?
Okay.
First question from Michi, if what's my favorite exercise during summer? And he said, don't say squats, because I remember we went for the pip draw in Madonna, and the guy on the stage, he asked him, what's Michi's favorite exercise? And then he was standing there and like, squats. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love the summer training as well. I love going cycling. I love being in the gym. So I don't have a favorite exercise. Like, all of that.
But for the purpose of the question, squats.
Squats.
Question 2.
Question 2. It comes from Strolzi. We were in Valle Nevado in Chile for summer training, and we love to play spike ball. And we had a big fight. Like, we had the team 2 and 2, and I remember, like, it's allowed to have 2 touches on the ball, and he thinks that I touched it 3 times and I was sure that I touched it 2 times. And then we had a big discussion.
Yeah.
We finished the game because I touched it 2 times, and he was like, no, 3 times. And I was like, no, I don't want to discuss with you anymore.
Yeah,
and we
Strozzi.
stopped it. Yeah,
It's now live on the official Fish podcast. He touched it twice, okay? Only twice. And the third question.
And the third question was from Adi. If I have a pet? Yes, I have a cat. The cat is Pauli.
Pauli the cat.
Yes.
Ah, that's really nice. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for those questions. A little bit tongue-in-cheek, like they usually are. Let's skip on a little bit while we're going through the facts and the figures. It was an amazing season. World Championship gold, slalom title, 3rd in the overall standings. All of a sudden, the Austrian fans feel like they've got another Eberharter, another Herminator. We've got another big name. But then moving on from 21 to the Olympic Games into 2022, that expectation didn't quite go as many of us had hoped. Tell us, what was the struggle of 2022?
2021, I had one of the best seasons I've ever had. And then summer preparation was really good. We had lots of good trainings. And then in end of October, I had a crash in slalom, and I had a injury on my ankle. And I was in pain until January, and I struggled a lot with the comeback. I had my comeback then in Val d'Isère. I went out, and then I struggled to find the rhythm again. I always was a little bit in pain with my ankle, and nothing went that good. I struggled a lot in the Olympics, also a little bit with the snow conditions there. I didn't feel confident, and after the Olympics, I found a little bit back in the rhythm. I had some solid results again, and I was super motivated for the next season then.
How do you find it with the expectation always so high for the Austrian skiers? The fans love you, they adore you when you win, but if you don't win, I read the newspapers sometimes, and those guys can be hard. I mean, Austrian skiers are like soccer players in England. When you score the penalty goal or you score the winning goal, you're like Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. But if you miss that penalty, they have a tough time. Did you feel that the people, Austria, the fans and the press were going against you at any time?
Not against us or against me. For sure, we are in the lucky position that skiing is #1 sport in Austria. And if you're doing well, you're, let's say, a superstar.
Yeah.
And if you are struggling a bit, everyone can a little bit hard sometimes. But in the end, the most pressure you put on yourself. You can be hard to yourself as well.
Yeah.
And you have to learn to work on that, and don't, like for me, I don't read the newspaper in winter.
Yeah.
Also not when I doing well. I just try to skip it. For sure, when you're scrolling through social media, then sometimes you get to some articles.
Yes.
But in the end, I try to not read that.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play, a very smart play, because it soon comes back. I mean, the magic comes in 2023, and here is Marco Schwarz back on his A game. You win in Palisades Tahoe, your slalom skills are getting quicker and sharper, and you take medals again at the World Championships in 2023. How much of a relief, how much you go, ooh, thank God, I found the magic to win again.
Yeah, it took a little while. Like the start into the season was solid, not special. And I remember Schladming, second run in GS. I did my first GS podium.
Yeah.
And since then, I had this click in my mind. And I was like, yeah, I can do it again. And then I went to the World Championships. I had really good results in downhill and in Super G as well. Like the whole championships, they were super good for me. I was a little bit nervous because I had the best time in the last training run. And then the expectations from everybody was high. I felt confident, but in the end it was close to have a medal. But it was a solid championships for me. And then especially after that, winning my first GS in Palisades, that was super incredible. Like as I said before, since Schladming's second run, I had this moment like I can compete also in GS for the big step. And and then in the end of that season, I had my first speed podium. I went second at the finals in Super G, and that was also a big goal for me.
And be honest with me now, Marco, how pissed off were you coming fourth in that World Championship downhill?
I was a little bit pissed, but in the end it was surprising for me. Like that was not the plan before the season started to compete in downhill there. Not even in Super G. I went sixth in Super G.
Fifth in Super G.
Fifth, yeah. That was also very close. But for sure, when you're that close for a medal, that
hurts.
Freaks me out. But in the end, I had lots of fun there.
Yeah, no. And if it makes you feel any better, I was really pissed. I thought you were going to win. I really, really did think it was yours for the taking. Let's continue to the 23-24 season. You were in the top 10 in downhill. You were fifth in the opening Super G. You were second in Gurgle. You won in Madonna. Oh, this was when Golden Boy was full throttle. It was looking amazing. How were you feeling in that early part of the season? Because the sport, as a journalist, was so excited, Marco, because you were giving Odermatt a talking to. This was Austria beating Switzerland. You were telling Marco, you are not going to have this your own way. It was a sensational start to the new season.
That was an incredible start into the season. I remember like the journalists already started in summer to have this question, Marco.
Yeah.
That was the whole topic since like end of the previous season. And I felt confident. We had a good summer preparation. We went to Chile. I was training there with the downhill guys before, and then switched to the tech guys again. I was again in that famous flow state.
Yeah.
Starting into the season in Sölden with the best time in the first run, and then second run got cancelled. I was a little bit pissed, but in the end you can't change the weather. Then I remember it was Zermatt on the program. They cancelled that race again. We had a good preparation for Google home race. That was also one of the best races, I think, to have 3 Austrian guys on the podium.
Amazing.
That was the best for us on a home race, especially. Then Beaver Creek was cancelled, but I always was in that flow state, and everything seemed super easy for me.
Yeah.
I felt my body felt super good.
Yes.
I was in good shape.
And it was Austria's Marco that was in control, not Switzerland's Marco, Austria's Marco. And the Austrian fans had waited a long time for this moment, for Golden Boy to really have his eye on the big globe early on in the season. Then we headed to Bormio, and tell us the story, because it's not a great one.
Before I will start with Madonna.
Oh, there's the win. There's the great bit. We're all celebrating. Austria thinks you're unbeatable.
That was like, I heard some guys talking before that I could stop doing slalom. And with Gröden before. And Alta Badia, it was super tight program, but I felt I didn't train that much slalom, but this one was incredible to win that race. It was super stressful. I got home on the 23rd then. I had an event at home, then short Christmas break, and
Bormio.
we went to Bormio.
But you were at the top of your game. You'd won a slalom. People didn't think you could physically do downhill, Super G giant slalom and slalom, and you were proving these people wrong. You were showing them that Austrian skiers have the power. Austria has the coaches. Austria has the skiing skill. And then Bormio, which ironically is the big challenge for the coming season, was the one that stopped this amazing season start. Tell us in your words, Marco, how this nightmare unfolded.
Yeah, like that was the first time Bormio for me. I heard lots of scary stories about that race, especially in December, because it's super dark there.
Yeah.
And the conditions are always the toughest. Like I talked with the Austrian downhill guys, they said it's much more harder in Bormio than Kitzbühel. Because of the conditions and everything, like because of the light. And yeah, like I did the first training run. I felt confident. I took a little bit more pressure than on the second training, and I was ready to go. I felt confident. I felt physically, I felt super strong. I felt ready, and then yeah, probably in the end it was a little bit too much. Then I tried to be honest, I tried to win this race or to compete for the podium, and yeah, then the crash happened.
I was commentating at the time. I got quite upset, to be honest. I got really upset when you went down. You can see in a crash when you're a commentator whether it's good, bad, or ugly, and it was pretty ugly. And I know you don't remember much of the crash, and you were taken away, but the World Cup lost this heart and soul, what we all love, this Austria-Swiss battle. When you woke up in hospital, did you realize it was as bad as it was? Did you realize that the season was over?
I felt it right away. When I went into the net, I knew there is something wrong with my knee.
Yeah.
Because I tore my ACL in 2019.
Yeah.
And then I knew exactly like there is something wrong now. And I remember Matthias Maier was on that position. He came right to me and he asked me if everything is okay. And I said, no, my knee is fucked.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I went down with the heli. I went first into the hotel room. We did some checks, and then like we went with the heli to Innsbruck and we did the MRI there, and then it was sure season is over.
Yeah.
And like I knew it right away, but there was always that small sign of hope. Yes. Probably. But then when I was there.
And how did you deal with that mentally, personally? Winning in Madonna de Campiglio, celebrating Christmas at home with the family, then going to Bormio and it all goes wrong. I mean, it must be very difficult to go from such a high to the worst ever possible low that a ski racer faces.
Yeah, especially when you're having a start like this.
Yeah.
When everything feels super easy and you are like probably like it was in the beginning of the season, but you have the chance to fight for your big goal to win an overall globe, and then from 1 second to another it's over. I knew that the way back is super hard because of my first injury, and but I didn't struggle. For sure I was disappointed, but I knew I want to give it all, to come back. And yeah, I remember when I went down to the hotel, or I was not in the hotel, I was waiting for the ambulance. And I asked a guy if I can have his phone because I want to call my parents so that they know what's going on. And I remember I called my mom, and she was crying.
Yeah.
And me then as well, like.
Yeah.
But in the end, I was okay.
Yeah.
It was not that bad.
Yes.
For sure, an injury is shit, but.
Yeah. But this is why we're sitting here today, because the Marco Schwarz story is far from over. The comeback was there. You started very carefully, I would say very smart, starting to rebuild. We saw you join the season midway or a third of the way through. You went to the World Championships in 2025. You had us all screaming again in the giant slalom because we thought there might be a medal, where you finished in 5th position in Saalbach. How are you feeling right now? And are you at 100% fitness and strength? Because those comeback races, it was wonderful to follow. Better, faster, confidence, looking the part. Is that comeback now complete and the Golden Boy is ready to rumble?
I have to say I feel really confident now. Since June, I'm out of pain. I struggled a lot last year. I was like the whole season I was in pain with my knee and also with the back. But I like the starting was tough for me, but then I get more and more confident. I had some solid results, especially also on the World Champs. Getting 5th there, for sure you want to compete for or to succeed for medals. But in the end, the 5th place felt also like winning a medal.
Yeah.
It was a tough time last year. But now I have to say I'm good. Since June, I'm out of pain. We had a great camp in Chile this year. I was there for 5 weeks. I was training speed again. That was really fun. That was good. Like getting used to the jumps again, to the speed again. I didn't train speed last year, so that was really fun and the big step for me to the real comeback. And I'm really looking forward to the new season.
So, as you said earlier, ski racing in Austria, it's almost bigger than religion, isn't it, really? A lot of people saying a lot of prayers for you in this comeback phase. But are you ready to come back and play for the overall globe? Will we see this season Marco with the long skis and the slalom skis on?
We will see. The plan is slalom GS, and I want to compete in Super G again.
Yeah.
For the downhill, I'm not sure yet. Like, I don't have the 500 points, which is super important for me. When you can start right after 30s. But like the starting position, I would say, is not the best for competing for an overall globe. I'm 29th in slalom, so I have to get back to the results. I have to get back to my confidence in slalom. The training was good now, but races are different then. But I want to have a good starting position then probably for next year.
Yes.
Like the goal is to compete for podiums again. And that's the most goal this year, not the overall globe.
Should Marco Odermatt be a little bit scared for his giant slalom globe?
I hope so, that we can give him some pressure. Like that's the big goal. And I guess everybody wants to see that there is a little bit more fight between us guys for the globes.
And Bode Miller was the last World Cup racer to win a slalom and a downhill. Can we see those stats coming back again with Marco Schwarz winning a slalom, maybe winning a downhill?
That would be awesome. I was on the best way in 2025. Now I feel good again. I feel healthy again. my body works, and yeah, let's see what's possible.
That's fantastic. The documentary Come Black showed you at your most vulnerable, the injury in Bormio, the recovery, and the fight back. What was it like to open up that side of yourself to the world? Because it was a huge hit, this documentary. A lot of people really enjoyed it, but we saw a very different side of you.
Yeah, like I remember I was in hospital. I was not, I didn't have the surgery yet. So I was waiting, and Christian Scherer, from the federation, he came and he asked me, yeah, if I want to do a documentary. And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, it's super interesting. You always see the, I don't know, 1.5 minutes of us competing, but you didn't see what, like, how much work is behind that and how much people are working for that. And especially when you're having an injury or something, like, it's a really hard way to fight back.
Yeah.
You spend so much time in the gym. You spend so much time on the physio benches. You work daily for that to be back, and that for month. And I think that was super interesting. It was also nice, like, it was not nice that he was there, but I met David Alaba there. I was super sad that he got injured as well, but in the end we did the rehab together.
Oh, wow.
And it was very interesting. Like, I'm not a football guy. I don't know anything about football, but it was really cool to see how he is working on that. And we pushed each other, I would say, and yeah, it's easier to have someone who is in the same position to fight back for our goals.
So now you have a soccer connection, whether you like the game or not.
Yeah, true. Like, we are still in connection. We're texting up and on, and yeah, it's nice.
That's wonderful. Were you surprised to see Hermann Maier in your documentary?
I was really surprised, to be honest. I was a huge fan when I was a child, and that he was speaking that about me, that was really nice, and a really nice surprise.
And do you still have a relationship with Hermann? Is he somebody that you talk with after that documentary, or?
I met him before once, and after that, I didn't, like, to be honest, I don't know him.
Yeah.
And
he's a quiet guy now, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
But Hermann, if you're tuning in, we'd love you on this podcast. So please, come on, let's talk to the world. It almost seems you're the perfect skier. You're diplomatic, you're polite, you're kind. If you were English, you'd be kind of like James Bond, you know, this sort of perfect gentleman of the slopes. Is that something that you've always sort of wanted to achieve? You don't seem to be stressed. You don't smash the poles. You don't argue. You're very patient. You always have time for people like me that are always bothering you. Is this part of your personality, comes from your family? Or is this something that you feel is a good way to represent your sport?
I think it's a good way to represent the sport. I'm 100% for that you have to show emotions as well. Yeah. That's part of our sport. I can throw my pole sometimes. that also happens. But in the end, you have to calm down. In the end, you have to be a representative for our sports, for the kids who are watching. And yeah, I would say I'm calm. I'm relaxed. I got it from my parents, from my family.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I didn't change that much.
Okay, now let's get on to this coming season, Marco. You're in Bormio, and you're looking out your hotel window, and there's that slope. But this time it's the Olympic Games, not the World Cup. What's going to go through your mind? And do you think you can, we say, take redemption on this piste that took away your golden dream of the overall title? Are you ready to rumble on the Stelvio?
I'm ready. I'm totally ready. I don't have anything bad in mind when I think about Bormio. For sure, it stopped me in my best season, but yeah, I want my revenge. I want to give it all. I'm not thinking about 2 years ago. I'm in the present and I want to compete well.
Who would you say helped you the most through these comebacks, these difficult times, the dark moments that athletes often talk about on that comeback road from injury? Teammates, coaches, family? Is there anybody in particular that you would like to say, they've really helped me get back on track?
There are so much people I want to thank. I like family, teammates, friends, physios. Like I had lots of physios in that time. Everybody worked on the same goal to have me back in the end, and I'm really thankful for all of them.
That's fantastic. And staying with this personal theme, a lot of people would like to know, is Golden Boy in a relationship? Is Golden Boy got a girlfriend? Or is Golden Boy, because a lot of the ladies out there think you're a pretty cool dude?
I have a girlfriend, yes.
Okay. But we're keeping it there?
Yes.
Okay, I like that. We're keeping it there. Sorry, ladies, for those of you that were hoping it was a different answer. Looking ahead, World Cup or Olympics, main focus for you, and with your experience, can you focus on one, switch off, and get into a slightly different focus for the Winter Olympic Games? We start in October, we finish in March with the World Cup. Olympic Games is one day.
Olympic Games is just one day. Like I've been to lots of big events now. I went for some World Championships. I've been to 2 Olympic Games. My thing is that I don't make a big thing out of Olympics or World Champs. I see it like a normal race. I want to start good in Sölden and I want to finish good in March, then in Hafjell.
Yeah.
And everything in between. I want to compete in every single race to show what I can, what I'm able to, and don't think too much about the 5 rings.
That's a great plan. 5 rings. It's coming soon. Let's move on to the last category, Marco, rapid fire. I didn't write all of these questions, so don't get angry with me. These are some of your fans. These are some of the
I will
people.
keep it short.
Okay. Yeah.
Or that's the plan.
Yeah, rapid fire. Pum, pum. It's like a ping pong. Don't touch it 3 times, only touch it twice, okay? Here we go. Slalom or giant slalom?
Giant slalom.
Favorite World Cup stop?
Kitzbühel.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Mm-hmm. Best food after a race?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel. We love Wiener Schnitzel. Who's the funniest teammate on the Austrian team?
I would go for Feli.
Thank you, Manu. Weight session or interval training?
Interval training.
Very good answer. World Championship medal or Schladming night slalom win?
Schladming with all the spectators.
Yes. Music before a race, silence or playlist?
Playlist.
Playlist, good. What's your lucky routine before the start gate?
Nothing special.
Motorbikes or skiing?
Skiing.
Good. You have to say that because I'm sitting here. What's one thing the fans do not know about you? That's not an answer.
No. I don't know.
Is there anything the fans don't know about you? Can you give us a secret? No secrets?
No secrets.
If you could relive one race, which one would it be?
Schladming night race?
Yeah. Yeah, good answer. Strongest rival you've ever faced?
Odie.
Yeah, it is Odie, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were so close to getting him as well. Odie, if you're listening, the chair is waiting. Greatest Austrian ski legend of all time?
Marcel?
Marcel.
Yeah.
Okay. You know Franz Klammer still holds the record for the most downhill wins. 25.
Yeah, like there are lots of legends.
Yeah.
Hermann Maier. Benny Reich.
Yeah, let's keep going. You could go on all night. We could do another hour. Really, I agree. Sauna or a cold plunge?
First sauna, then cold plunge.
Okay, good. Right way around. Favorite training location?
Anywhere in Austria.
That's a good answer. Mountains or sea for holidays?
Sea.
Finish this sentence. Ski racing is
Fun.
fun. I love that answer. Fun. Marco, thank you for joining us and opening up about your journey from youth Olympic gold to world championship gold. From the highs of globes to the heartbreak of Bormio, your story is one of perseverance, humility, and quiet strength. And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Alpine Pulse Unplugged. Don't forget to subscribe to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all major platforms so don't miss the next episode. Marco Schwarz, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alpine Pulse is an official podcast of the FIS, produced by Maniac Studios.